Hi everyone. So today we have our online open lecture number 13, and it covers e-commerce, MarTech, and e-commerce. Generally, nowadays, I think no one is surprised by e-commerce. I think especially after the pandemic, social distancing, we are just really sometimes even getting addicted to buying something online. Not nice for society in total, in general, but at the same time, that's just how it goes. And let's just dive into thinking about e-commerce as the platform, as the context of application of MarTech tools. I just think that you're going to find it really interesting. No, at least I really hope so. So, just a couple of words about myself. I've been in this for more than 12 years from academic, corporate, and consulting standpoints, and I'm really happy to share this information with the general audience via these online open lectures because I think people need to be aware of something that's really a big part of their life, and MarTech, marketing technology, is also something that is there. And whether we want it or not, it's evolving and it uses your data as a customer. And it is a very nice potential for you if you'd like to consider another path in marketing for your career, or if you're a student, you're a young professional, or any type of age of professional, or if you're just a very interesting lifelong learner who wants to learn some interesting things. And here we are. You can just stop this slide to get through what I do, how I do, and why I do this stuff. And let's move on to the actual question. Definition. Uh, if it's your first lecture that you watch of mine, I have to tell you that I love definitions. And of course, this one is not an exception. So before you go and read it, if you're going to read it, I just want to ask you, just think about e-commerce and structure your own definition of what e-commerce is, right? I'll just give you a moment to consider it, right? And just where you can actually come across e-commerce, where can you just consider it to be as a part of your um I don't know, part of your life, how much it takes, how convenient it is, what do you buy the most, right? All of that. And then think about what makes you consider what are the one or another, the option which is like you like the most, how you make your decision making, how informed decision making is, how long you spend on on having these decisions, on making these decisions. And to think, you can also stop this video and then proceed with further explanation. But let me continue. So, according to the enormous representative, like the one of the biggest ones of e-commerce, this is Amazon, clearly, and Amazon defines e-commerce in the following words. So, e-commerce or electronic commerce is trading of goods and services online. Pretty basic, but pretty clear, right? So you trade goods and services online, you get your money, and you sell out either physical or digital products, or offer the service with either online, or you get then to the location after some type of appointment. So this is about e-commerce in general. So the internet allows individuals and businesses to buy and sell an increasing amount of physical goods, digital goods, and services electronically. Also consider that there are different interfaces for e-commerce. So we have e-commerce in general. At the same time, we have something that's happened, the e-commerce that's happening online on mobile devices. It's called m-commerce. We have different business models like B2B, B2C, C2C, so G2C, and if any part of it, or if it like 100% of it happens online, it means that it's e-commerce, e-commercial aspects, or e-commerce in general. And this type of thing lies under these particular rules. As a big examples of some sort of a kind of um, aggregate aggregation of the offerings from different sellers, we can consider, of course, Amazon, eBay, Shopify, and something similar. Then, when we consider, for example, um, ways you can filter out, use it everything like in a general way, we can certainly consider this block of sites and with plenty of more. Then, of course, such a platform as Meta could really leave this opportunity of also embed e-commerce into Instagram and Facebook, for example, when a person and user can set up the picture of the product, then write down description, the name, promote it, and then make this sort of a little shop online. Then we can have not only the aggregation of different offerings, but the branded websites, which includes its own visualization, positioning, own new trends, and different aspects of it, and filtering and all that stuff. Certainly, that falls under the for example, clothes, beauty products, technology like mobile phones, laptops, all that stuff. It also can be used and sold and purchased by the e-commerce through the e-commerce. And of course, we not only talk about physical products, but also when you buy applications for your phone, you can also work with App Store and Google Play for you to buy the applications for your use. And this is also another type of a commercial, platforms that I think quite a big part of our everyday life. And let's run through the stages of how does e-commerce work. So the seller chooses online selling channels like a website or social media and promotes products or services for sale. Customers find the product or services and place orders. A payment processor enables the exchange of the goods or services electronically via payment options like credit cards or digital currencies. The customer receives the confirmation email or SMS along with the printable receipt. And if the transaction is for goods, the seller ships the products and sends the customer a tracking number via email or SMS. If the transaction is for a service, the service provider can reach out to schedule and complete the service. Pretty straightforward. I think we come through this cycle even several times a day. But where's MarTech in that? Let me give you a reminder what MarTech is. MarTech Technologies, or MarTech Technology. MarTech applies to major initiatives, efforts, and tools that harness technology to achieve marketing goals and objectives. So generally, we need to use tech for marketing goals and objectives, right? I'll just ask you a question. Where do you think MarTech or marketing objectives and goals are here, and how through which MarTech stack it can be, these goals and objectives could be, achieved and met? I mean, you can stop this video, this recording, and think about it. It would be a very nice exercise, to be honest. And I would have done it myself as well. But I've prepared the presentation, so I already know what I'm going to say. But nevertheless, you can just stop, think about it. But let me proceed further. So first, the seller chooses the online selling channel, like website or social media, and promotes products or services for sale. So basically, this is not like, for example, if we take a context of B2C, for example, of a person who sells something on online to the end consumer, right? If you consider the business model of B2C in e-commerce, here in the information search and decision making about the platform where the actual transaction is going to take place depends on these e-commercial B2B. Because for you as a seller to determine which platform you prefer the most, well, it is on the side of first of all the type of products you are selling and what's more convenient for you, which platform it's more convenient for you to use. And for example, you want to have this small shop for your like local area, and you can just settle down for the social media, so you can create the business account there and then trade on it. But at the same time, if you want to have your product sales or service sales scalable, you can maybe reach out and create your website, purchase a domain, and then structure your website on for example, on the constructor website constructor like Wix or WordPress or something like that. And that's also another case. How you make this decision is also based on the um, on the information that you have prior to that through the B2B. And it also is part of e-commerce because you purchase for example, the website, right, and use it as a constructor. Um, and yeah, you're already a participant of the B2B operation if you register the business, which you should, and then you operate like that. But it's not about the end work with the end consumer of your product. However, further it comes to the actual point. So customer finds the products or services and place orders. So generally, first of all, you need to understand your product, right, and or your services, and this and then you get to the ads, right? You can use the organic search or products or whatever, but at the same time, you can um, invest in the ads. Contextual, targeted retargeting, all that stuff that happens online, obviously, and you can select from the variety of choices. And these ads, right? As a reminder, we covered it in the lecture MarTech and digital marketing, if I remember it correctly. So the MarTech is also narrowed down into ad tech, which is advertisement technology, and it is dedicated fully to the technology that is used to meet certain objectives in a way of the which are for ads, like increase awareness, increase retention, generate and collect certain leads and all that. And this is also the big part of MarTech use in the e-commerce. Um, Personalized recommendations. So indeed, personal recommendations they come after you set up your account or when you set up your website. And personalized recommendations are the possibilities for your customer to feel like there's some sort of online salesperson that offers like the particular product based on the offerings that they're looking at right now. So the behavioral patterns of the customer and the offerings which are there on your website, right? All of that helps your personalized recommendations work. And generally, with that, I mean, it's really important to remember that personalized recommendations are not like the answer to your customer finding what they want. The key thing, filtering based on like major variables, is something that is required. So if a person has to scroll through 100 pages without any filtering options, I'm not sure the personalized recommendation is actually going to work because there is no history of purchase because the person gets stuck. Anyway, and in that case, it's really important to really take a look at the structure of website through the UX UI design and user research, obviously, and then get to these MarTech tools, which are more based on the either script sorting, scoring, and AI for the matter. You can create it on your own. You can outsource it, develop based on the size of your company. But at the same time, that is something to consider. Personalized loyalty programs are a very, very big part of marketing. It's been earlier, and with the emergence of e-commerce, it just penetrated it. And it's clear why. Because through loyalty programs, you can actually link the offline and online transactions of your customers or potential customers. Oh, your customers because they're already registered, and you can have like more, like a 3D image of what your customer does online and offline, and this gives like better understanding of the behavioral pattern of the customer. And also, what's important to consider in here is the fact that the loyalty programs can actually be a very nice and interesting thing to base the discounts on that, to offer some substitution products, or not substitution, but rather complementary, and also remind the customer about the ending products or something like that, and also have this type of a scheduled delivery or something like that, because it makes the life easier, and that is exactly where the MarTech comes in that stage, at that stage. If we already consider the person to be the part of the loyalty program or register on the website. Personalized emails actually could be like very like on a surface level personalized, and also personalized in a more definitive way. So for example, when we talk about personalization, like a basic one is when you receive an email, and for example I can have an email like, hi Maggie, we are happy to offer you this type of discounts because you are at the I don't know the highest level on our loyalty program. The email is already personalized. My loyalty program stage and all that is used there. I receive my discount. I feel I'm valuable. I feel like somebody really appreciates that I'm the client. And I don't really spend time looking for something because personalized offers are already there, right? And that is actually how you can link different types of MarTech all together. If you want to retain the customer, if you want to increase the loyalty, basically you can just get through that, and you can increase the awareness of the new product by building all that stuff all onto each other. And chatbots through customer support or selection, all that stuff. We covered very in details earlier in the presentation on AI and chatbots. So I advise you to take a look at that. I believe that's going to be also interesting for you. And when we consider this, we also need to remember that chatbots shouldn't be the sole point of connection between you as a brand and your customer, because how it works also a question. And if you use voice or text-based AI or chatbots, script-based or whatever, depends maybe on the necessity for a business, and also depends on basically how much you want to invest and whether you need it or not, depending on the scale of your business. If you can answer the 2 or 3 calls a day, it's fine, maybe, right? I just say, but if your business has to answer like 10 or 20 calls, I mean, depends. But nevertheless, it is also a huge part of the use of MarTech in your business, a commercial business. Then there is like the payment processing and the confirmation acceptance. So there are the geolocation-based situations. For example, the payment system can already be, pre-filled with the data, with details, bank details, like credit card details, and all that. If, for example, there is a favorite pickup point or delivery address, it's also there, personalized for the customer. It also falls under the MarTech. Also, there's a possibility, for example, for you to offer just the particular addresses based on the geolocation of the customer for them not to scroll through different countries or different cities or whatsoever. Just click something out of the 4 options within the particular district of the customer. Customer support through voice and conversation, like textual based chatbots as well. I mean, where's my delivery? How can what's the return policy? What are frequently asked questions? All this stuff falls under that. And upselling, for example, you can at the final stage sell more, offer some complementary products, and all that stuff depending on what the person is actually checking out. So this is this place. Then of course we look at this, and then something is sold, the product is being sent out either by you or by some fulfillment operations of I don't know, for example, Amazon, if you register there as a business seller and all that. But what's really important to remember is this sequence of actions is like no straightforward thing, but we're marketers and we're marketing here. And for example, the customer decision-making journey, right? You have pre-purchase, post-purchase, post-purchase, right? We also use the experience journey, which also focuses on the retention, on the loyalty loop, on how you can actually get your customer back, how you can keep them in this loyalty loop, how you can actually use all existing data to keep them with you and make them also feel valuable, and not to miss these post-purchase support and post-purchase opportunities. This is crucial, especially for marketer, and MarTech makes it really interesting and really important to actually use all these kind of tools. That was it for today, and I really hope it was useful for you. If you have any questions, comments, I don't know, concerns, disagreements, something to add, you're more than welcome to drop a comment, send me a message, and all of that. I would love to talk about this stuff. So you can check out other free materials on my website here in the QR code. There are also other open lectures, which could be online and offline, depending on the location. And if you're nearby, you can always come and join me. Also, MarTalks is a very nice format to talk to me and talk to each other. It's like a discussion club for 2 to 7 participants, where we talk about MarTech related stuff, practice our English, learn new words, use them, and have this kind of a interest based conversations, and also the MarTech guide. The MarTech guide is a document that I developed and designed for those who wants to know where, how, when, and what to learn in MarTech to have a proper career out of it. And if you're interested, I am more than welcome to check it out and ask me questions if you have any concerns about that beforehand. So that was it. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day, and I really hope to see you in the future, whatever, whether it's Mar talks on open lectures or individual classes, and something like that. So see you, and have a very nice day. I hope this.